welcome to the weekly trend trader, how to do momentum trading. What we're going to do, we're going to look at 5 stocks that have been moving with momentum, but particular interest is going to be paid to Tesla, as that stock has a very interesting signal on its chart. Before we do that, if you haven't already, thank you very much for subscribing if you have subscribed. If you haven't subscribed, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to like and share this with your friends, because you may have friends that want to be either a part-time trader or a professional trader full-time, and this strategy lends itself very well to that. Also, don't forget the notifications bell. It's only by hitting that notifications bell that YouTube will alert you that we've uploaded the latest video. And the information we're sharing with you is time critical information. So let's go ahead and look at our 4 stocks and Tesla. So the first stock we've got in front of us here is Apple. Let's take a look at Apple. What do we see here? Well, we had a lovely recovery from the March lows, and the market ran all the way up to the month of August. It put in a high at the month of August at over $135 a share. After we got there, we experienced price rejection, and the market fell back to $105 a share. Then we went into this sort of tight trading range between about $105 and $125 for the next couple of months. In fact, when we hit $125 in October, we had price rejection and a 3-week sell-off. Then we ran back up again. That first week in November, we got to $120 a share, and there we experienced again 3 weeks of selling and price rejection. But then in the last 3 weeks of November and the beginning of December, we saw the market start to recover again. And in these last 3 weeks, particularly last week, the market was able to get all the way up to $130 a share. So this stock, Apple, is definitely in recovery mode. We've got a rising 52-week moving average. We've got a nice looking RSI that's above the 50, which is a bullish bias. And now we've got the last 3 weeks looking to move higher. Apple is in recovery mode. So that's Apple. Let's take a look at Amazon. So here's Amazon. Very interesting one, this one. Lovely again, recovery from the March lows. But let's look at what's happened since the summer. Well, since the summer, we've been in this hugely tight trading range between 2,900 and 3,500. In fact, the market ran up to 3,500 in August. We can see our first touch of 3,500 there. What happened at 3,500? It's the month of August. We experienced price rejection and 3 weeks of selling. Market drops back, falls all the way down to 2,900, where there's a level of support originating back in July. So that level of support holds. It's the month of September, and again we start to move higher. We go all the way in October up to 3,500, and again we experience that price rejection. At 3,500 we hit that level. That week we close lower, and for the next 2 weeks we continue to close lower and experience that price rejection. Then we go into an even tighter range in the month of November and December, where we are. Between 3,100 and 3,300 is where the market has traded for the last 3 weeks. What would we say about this one at the moment? Still got that rising 52-week moving average, still got the RSI above the 50 median average, which is a bullish bias. So the market is still hanging on, but at the moment, Amazon is pausing for breath. It's in a tight trading range. So that's Apple and Amazon. Let's take a look at Nvidia. Nvidia, absolutely beautiful stock. Lovely move to the upside from the March lows. And there we go. We run all the way up to that high in August where we touch $580 a share. Lovely move there, but when we touch that level of $580 a share, it's a particularly volatile week. We go from 580 for the high that week all the way down to 460 for the low of that week, and we close at $500 a share. We've got that rising 52-week moving average, which gives us a sign of strength, a sign of the trend being bullish. We've got that RSI above the median 50 level. And we start to climb again in September, and we slowly rise all the way into October when we almost hit that $580 a share level for Nvidia. And what happens? Nvidia stock at 580 experiences price rejection and 3 weeks of selling. Market drops all the way back to that $500 level, and then in November we get that absolutely explosive week that moves from 500 all the way back to that resistance level of $580 in 1 week. What happens the next week? At 580 level, it's still a level of resistance, so we experience price rejection and the market falls back to $420 a share. Then what's happened in the last 5 weeks? Well, when we look at the last 5 weeks there, we're in a very, very tight trading range. The price is almost doing nothing. We're at between $520 and $540 a share. Nvidia at the moment, after this fantastic move up, is now flat and not doing very much at all. It's between 520 and 540. RSI looks good. 52-week moving average looks great too. But at the moment, not much happening. It's the end of the year, lower volumes, and Nvidia is pausing for breath. Let's take a look now at AMD. So here's AMD, totally different the way this one trades. Look at the March lows. There we had the March lows. We moved up from the March lows into April. So move up for several weeks, then into a trading range between $50 and $60. And we stayed there for 3 months until July, where we broke out on an explosive move with the week opening at $55 a share and rocketing all the way up to $70 a share. In fact, it went up for the next 3 weeks, all the way up to $85 a share. Lovely little momentum trade here. You had an opportunity in the month of August to take your profits. But then what happened? We dropped into another trading range between $75 a share and $80 a share. And we stayed there for the next 4 months until late November, where we broke out of that trading range. We closed on a weekly basis, as you can see there, above $85 a share. Fantastic move. The next week was bullish as well, where we went all the way up to $95 a share. We hit $95 a share. Week after that, what happens? Price rejection. And we drop all the way back to $90. But what happened this last week? Well, first, look at that rising 52-week moving average. Absolutely fantastic. This is a 2-year chart, and that 52-week moving average has been rising the entire time. But look at the candle. It's a recovery candle. It tried again to break through this level of $95 a share for AMD. We've got the RSI, bullish bias. It has been for some time. The RSI has been since 2019. It's had a bullish bias where it stayed and maintained that position above the 50 median average. This is very, very bullish. There's big money going into AMD stock. So absolutely fantastic. Rising 52-week moving average. RSI is bullish. Market is pushing at those all-time highs to break through. This is in recovery mode. AMD, it wants to move higher. So let's take a look at Tesla. What is this stock telling us? Well, let's look at Tesla now. Absolutely fantastic stock. Tremendous move that we've had this year. We've got the lows there in March where Tesla was down at $90 a share. Absolutely fantastic. Look, just take a glance at where it is now. It's gone from $90 a share all the way up to $690 a share this last week. When? Within 1 year. Absolutely fantastic move. Hundreds of percentage points higher. Tesla has been absolutely on fire. So we get that move from the March low. We run up to July. We hit in July that $360 level, and we get 3 weeks of price rejection. Market drops back. We build a little base there at $270 a share. Lovely little momentum trade there in August. We get 1, 2, 3 weeks in a row. On that 4th week at $420, an opportunity to ring that cash register and take your profits. Then the market goes into a sort of tight trading range between $390 and $450 a share, and Tesla stays there for the next couple of months until late November. Tesla there, explosive move from $420 a share to $480. The next week leaps higher from $500 a share to $580, and it just keeps going. For the last 2 weeks, we've moved that much higher and gone all the way up to $690 a share. But what do we have? Well, we have a rising 52-week moving average. We have a stock moving higher. However, the stock is getting parabolic. When you get a parabolic curve on a stock, you get a sharp correction. Expect profit taking on Tesla. Another reason for that, look at the RSI. The RSI is at the 80 level. 80 is overbought. Expect profit taking. You've got that parabolic curve on the price action. You've got the RSI at the 80 level. Expect profit taking on Tesla, as those who have bought the rumor, now with the inclusion to the S&P 500, they're selling the fact. Buy the rumor, sell the fact. Expect that on Tesla. We've got a parabolic curve. We've got an RSI that's overbought. Expect profit taking on Tesla. Now, I now talked about things here. RSI, rising 52-week moving average. How do we know what these things mean? Overbought. How do we know what these things mean? Well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put up a strategy video. In that strategy video, it explained to you how momentum trading works. And as you look at that, it'll just make things clear for you so that you can use and follow the strategy. The other video that I'm going to put up there is a trend following video, because we know that some people like position trading, like sitting in a position, like riding a trend that runs for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 18 months and capturing absolutely enormous wins. And so I'm going to put that video there too. Thank you very much for subscribing. Thank you very much for giving us that like. Thank you for listening. And until next week, take care.